What is up, internet? It's your boy Tinku, and I'm still in quarantine where I'm living. That's why it's still all the haircut places are shut down, and so hopefully I can get out there and get a haircut soon. But before we get started today, don't forget to, of course, subscribe to the channel, like those videos, watch those videos. Keep hitting me up on the Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, comments here in the YouTube channel with your suggestions, comments, questions, things like that. And with all that said, guys, let's go ahead and get started. So today we're talking about an anime of the season I'm thoroughly enjoying. I didn't think I was going to like it because it's very rare that I'm into like the death game anime stuff. I mean, there's a few here and there, of course. Last season there was I forgot the name of it. I did a video on it. I'll have editor senpai toss it up in there. But I want to talk about the anime. Is it Gleipnir or however you pronounce that? Because the concept is interesting. The whole death game aspect, yeah, okay, cool. But the reasoning for the death game is more interesting to me than the actual death game parts itself. It's a, I'm only going to be talking about the two main characters too, because there's a ton of characters. Obviously, it's a death game. There's a lot of characters in there, and I don't want to get into spoiler territory because I want people to watch it and find out for yourself what's going on. But it revolves around our main character, Suichi Kageya, and he's a regular teenage boy. He has no idea what's going on. Had no idea about this game that's going on. But for some reason, he has a secret, and his secret is that he transforms into basically a mascot. He transforms into a monster, but his monster form is a mascot of a dog or a wolf, and it's like a mascot suit, and it's big and it's cutesy-ish, and it's kind of ridiculous, and he doesn't know why he transforms into this form. He doesn't know how he got it, but it gives him certain powers. He's stronger in it, of course. He has a gun on the suit for some reason, and his sense of smell is heightened and super sense of smell. Well, one day he's walking home and he smells a fire, and he goes to this fire and he sees a girl laying in the middle of fire, and that's where we meet our female protagonist, Claire Oiki. And so he saves her and kind of becomes obsessed with her smell a little bit for some reason. And you find out about Claire and what she's doing and what the fire was doing over there and stuff like that. And it's all pretty interesting. And you find out about the death game thing. I'm not going to go into specifics about it because you guys should really watch it on the specifics because it's really cool. But I can tell you this much on it. Pretty early on, because I think it's only like 6 or 7 episodes out late as of yet. You find out how Suichi became like he is without anything going on. Claire's backstory is pretty interesting. Their relationship and how they kind of become codependent on each other a little bit. So it's not necessarily healthy, but they're really good friends because, like I said, what Claire was doing in that warehouse, how she got there is pretty interesting. Her motives, what she's looking for, and the big thing about it's really cool because he doesn't want to fight. He's super powered. He doesn't want to fight. He doesn't want to be involved in this. He just wants to live his life. Well, she wants to get involved, find out the secret about these monsters because there's obviously there's more than one monster and all this stuff because that's what she categorizes these people like Suichi. And like she wants to get involved. She's only human. Of course, if she got involved, then she'd probably end up getting herself killed. So he's trying to protect her. Da, da, da. But you come to find out what's pretty interesting is she opens up the back of the suit. Because remember, he turns into an actual mascot suit. And she sees that there's nothing inside of him. And so she actually climbs in him, and they kind of meld almost. So she can climb in the suit and control the mascot suit, and so the power in it, the gun, the smell, she controls all that. But it's him. So technically she's inside of him, and they can sense each other's feelings and intent and stuff like that, and so it makes for good conversations between the two because she feels how he's feeling and how kind of anxious he is and how much of a good person he is, and he feels her rage and emotions that she's trying to hide from the world, but she can't help but share it with him because she's inside of him and they're linked and they feel each other's emotions. So that aspect's really interesting, and that's why they kind of stay together because they grow closer because the more time she spends inside of him, inside the suit form of him, whatever, the more feelings they share, and the bond becomes stronger because it's like, you can't help it. It's just one of those things where you just learn about each other. You start caring about each other because just all this stuff is just intermingled like this, and it's really interesting how it turns out. So I would say definitely watch it, guys, because there's a lot of interesting third party characters as well. The storyline as to why this death game is going on is pretty intriguing as well. And just some of the different people you meet, some of the powers they have, some of the forms they have is pretty interesting. The whole Claire's reasoning and her story and her line is really interesting, and how Suichi fits in it, and how he got turned into one of these monsters without knowing anything about it, not understanding when he finds out how is pretty interesting as well. So again, let me know what you guys think. If you guys think I'm crazy, saying, hey, Tenku, I don't really like this one, I'm not a big death game guy. Or if you guys like it too, like, hey, yeah, man, it's really interesting, I like it. I like how it's pretty interwoven. Let me know. Let me know in the comments down below. Of course, you can always hit me up on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And always remember, guys, if you can't trust a random fat guy you met on the internet, then who can you trust? And everybody, have an awesome, awesome day.